Michelle, Zheng, shall we start the session?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good morning, everyone.
Let's...
I'm Michelle Fidi from Meraki. Thanks for joining today's sections. Today, agenda will be covering about Agile Network. So if you have any questions during the section, you may drop on the chat box. So I will pass the mic to Fidi right now. Fidi, over to you.
Okay, hi everyone. Very good morning to you all. On behalf of Cisco, Meraki, and Ingram as well, I want to say thank you so much for joining our session today. A bit of housekeeping. Please do not be shy. If you have any questions throughout the session, please just drop your question in the chat box or our Q&A button. We will try to get back to you as soon as possible. Quick introduction before I share my slide. My name is Fidi Putri, and I am the Distribution Account Manager for Cisco Meraki ASEAN. So again, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Let's make it an interactive session. If you have questions, please just drop it in the chat box like what I mentioned. And today we'll be presenting to you Future is Here, Agile Networking with Cloud Managed IT. Zheng, could I please have the presenter mode? Thank you.
Hi, Fidi. Yeah, just make you as a presenter.
Thank you, bro.
Okay. Welcome.
Okay, all right. So our beloved partners, again, you've probably heard a lot around, the future is here, conversation that's been going around probably throughout the past 2 years, especially due to the pandemic, on how really this pandemic accelerated transformation so much faster than expected before. What took decades, all of a sudden, we're seeing worldwide it happened within the span of 12 months. So today I really want to talk to you all about how we can actually help our customers to adapt and really transform their business, right? But one thing that's really important to basically highlight is that the new technologies have been disrupting traditional industries for decades, and the onslaught has not slowed at all. So today, the next few slides, I want to really set the scene for you all to really talk about the future is here and some of the statistics that we are seeing, based on some of the research that our Forrester and all of these consulting companies have conducted. And also later on, our lovely Zheng and Calvin will also be showing you a quick demo around Cisco Meraki. They'll be talking about one of our latest product that we just launched, which is our Meraki empty sensors as well, and how this is one of the really cool products that we recently launched that you can talk to your customers about and get them excited as well. And again, so one thing to highlight as well, right before I move on, the past 12 months, we saw that, no industry is immune to the disruptions, not just by what happened because of the pandemic, but also, because of digital technologies, right? That's basically disrupting almost every single verticals. So today I'll be mostly covering on the topic of hybrid work first for the next about 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes, from digital workplaces to remote work. But basically the key question is, right, is office work dead? In short, right, I wanted to show you how Cisco Meraki, we don't just help customers to survive the constant change and disruption that seemingly never goes away. We want to make sure that we are helping our customers to thrive as well. No matter what the situation is, investors expect a reduction of at least 10% in the stock of office space in big cities. Balance depends on the industry and cities. In places with easy commutes, more workers will go to the office. Mega cities with long, expensive journey may see fewer, right? And the average office as well can work with 25 to 60% staff while maintaining a 2-meter distance between workers as well. And, again, we need to also help our customers, right, to be prepared for the unprepared. And in different terms, it's actually to help them be agile, right? We don't want to just help customers to survive the constant change and disruption. And you know, some companies, what you can see right now is that, right, on the past 12 months, some companies are more radical and still go for one of the far ends of the spectrum, while, you know, Pinterest, for example, ended a new lease on office space near its headquarters in San Francisco. Facebook signed a new lease in Manhattan, right? We think you don't need to decide, but it's important to be flexible. Work and office models are evolving and need to start to be more hybrid on the long term. And the advantages are really a lot, right? It helps our employees to foster creativity, collaboration, and innovation, also create more efficient operations, and also optimize employee experiences and productivity. And the question is, are you ready to transform, or are our customers ready to transform? Long story short, let Smart IT become your digitization partner to get you to that journey, right? In today's environment, transforming customer experiences into memorable ones, for example, is the simplest way. Is really critical, right? It's equally as valuable is empowering your employees as well to increase you know, productivity and make customer engagement easy and memorable. And Cisco Meraki Solutions, keep in mind our mission, you know, and everyone, to keep cloud managed IT simple. You know, we want to make sure that deploying and managing network together to thousands of mobile devices and desktop devices for any types of verticals, easy, efficient, and then also secure. And not only that, what you will see later during the demonstration by Zheng is the ease of use of Cisco Meraki, right? You know, we see that it's more evident than ever before. Our design for making new things easy has paid off. But we don't just rest on our past success. Meraki constantly evolved the Meraki platform, as we will see later in this session as well. And our platform was designed to be simple to use for even complex needs. For inception, it was designed to be constantly evolving as well and adding new capabilities. It incorporates the foundational technologies like you know, artificial intelligence, machine learning, to constantly learn from new situations, customer deployments, and data sources, which, by the way, is a prime example of how Meraki relentlessly simplifies the execution of new use cases. As you can see later on, you know, when Zheng is doing our empty census presentation, you know, some of the really cool capabilities and, you know, how much transformational it is. For example, to have anti-census in our customers' manufacturing site, or even in your own office, how, you know, with a simple, for example, water leak, it can just let you know through the dashboard that, hello, something is going on in the warehouse. Can you please take a look? So Zheng will actually be showing you that demo later as well. But, you know, going back to that topic, right? This results in the ability for our customers to just easily change their network and infrastructure, giving them the power to rapidly adapt to change and thrive. And, you know, to illustrate how Meraki platform is built for ease of change, we see things such as instant configuration and monitoring of all devices from a single interface as evidence of our focus on simplifying network operations. We also see tight integration and the broadest range of networks, especially the incredible portfolio of Cisco products, applications. And our platform is built so that traditionally complex processes are made simple for radically faster deployment. And you know, management and troubleshooting to keep pace with change, right? And finally, automation of real-world insights, right, results in the continual reduction of manual tasks, as we've seen with Meraki Health. For those of you who have not heard of Meraki Health before, drop us a chat box if you'd also like to see a demo on that. And also, you know, other platform level features, providing the adaptability to improve customer and user experience faster. We reinvented it by making change easy. Now, you know, one, whether keeping remote workers productive or delivering a connection to a faraway resources, Cloud Managed IT delivers access from any device to any cloud, radically faster deployment, management, and troubleshooting. And also, we offer the perfect platform for converting workplaces to digital or virtual environments with a complete unified portfolio. And lastly, by using our cloud-based dashboard, an internet connection is all that is needed to manage your deployed infrastructure from anywhere. Next, I want to talk about, is your in-office wireless infrastructure ready for the future? This is the question that we have to ask our customers, right? Offices will challenge Wi-Fi even more, right? You guys probably have heard a lot about Wi-Fi 6, that migration journey to Wi-Fi 6. And, I wanted to then switch the gears a bit and talk about modernize the most powerful connection, right? So again, Cisco Meraki Wireless is the easiest solution to deploy, manage, and maintain. And with this in mind as well, our partners here with me today, you probably guys have heard about, some of our best-selling Wi-Fi 5 that is going end of sale in July. And I think this is a good opportunity to quickly highlight how awesome our Cisco Meraki wireless access point is, right? Just imagine, right, our access point using Meraki dashboard, we help our customers to have a pre-configured networks before the equipment is powered on or connected for rapid plug-and-play deployment, helps our customers to scale quickly without limits or bottlenecks, no need to purchase wireless LAN controllers, helps our customers to manage the networks from anywhere, as long as they have internet connectivity using our intuitive web-based dashboard. And lastly, we help our customers oversee all of their Meraki and client devices, wired and wireless, from one place for centralized end-to-end visibility control, right? I wanted to highlight this. This is actually really important. So right now, as I mentioned, we have our Wi-Fi 5 end of sale. These are some of our best-selling SKUs. So our partners, there's never been a better time to actually start talking to your customers who's already using Cisco Meraki or looking for that next Wi-Fi refresh deployment to actually talk to them about the Wi-Fi upgrade path. What you see here, sorry, it's actually list price, so please ignore it. So again, as you can see here, this is the Wi-Fi upgrade path that we are suggesting our customers to migrate to. We will be sharing this slide deck later so that you have a reference as well. But let me talk a bit more around the power of Wi-Fi 6, right? It has the enhanced reliability via determinism of Wi-Fi 6, right? With Wi-Fi 6, your local wireless networking gets more scheduled, deterministic use of spectrum. Unlike other versions of Wi-Fi before, which use randomized channel access mechanism, with Wi-Fi 6, a device can rely on being able to use the radio on a particular schedule or measured by the millisecond. You can schedule access, enable slower latency, battery consumption as well, more efficient, and also allows for greater density of devices as well, right? So like elaborating a bit on the battery comment, it allows scheduling of clients, sleep time for efficient airtime usage, and also up to 67% longer battery life, which is really awesome. But ultimately, greater than 50% of the devices sold in 2020 are expected to be Wi-Fi 6 enabled. So, let's go through some of the technical features of the power of Wi-Fi standard as well. And again, later, Zheng, you can probably do a quick Wi-Fi demo as well, if possible. But before I get to a bit more details and pass over to Zheng for a quick demo and a bit of a technical deep dive, I wanted to quickly talk about the Meraki Insight, right? So Meraki Insight product is designed to give Meraki customers an easy way to monitor the performance of web applications and WAN links on their network and easily identify if any issues are likely being caused by the network or application. And utilizing this, customers can configure to monitor and track all traffic associated with specific web applications. And also, not only that, as you can see on the right side, a One Health feature. It's designed to monitor, ISP uplinks across organization networks. In addition to monitoring, One Health also helps proactively troubleshoot ISP uplink issues, such as, poor performance ISP or high usage. It also helps keeping track of primary, secondary, and LTE uplinks all together in one place. One Health gives more granularity in terms of uplink data compared to only knowing the status of connection, up or down. And the One Connection information is really presented in a simple and easy to read table format. And, with Meraki, right, this is the one slide that I really wanted to highlight, right? Our license includes advanced hardware replacement, constant innovation with new features being released every quarter, and customers get instant access to these improvements without having to pay extra as well, which is really important. And then also, having always up-to-date firmware is not an issue with Meraki. Simply to use dashboard to set the date or time and the network you want to update, and we do the rest for you. So guys, I'm gonna pass over now to Zheng to talk about beyond the network, basically how we can monitor our facilities remotely as well. So give me 1 second. I will pass over to you, bro.
Hi, thanks, Fidi.
Okay, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Let me share my screen. Okay. Give me a second. I'm sharing my screen now. Okay, great. Okay, good morning, guys. Thanks, Fidi, for the awesome presentation right now. Right, so now we will talk about more in the Cisco Meraki sensors, right? So how we can go beyond on the network that we actually to monitor our environments, that we have a lot of very high value or very expensive equipment that we host in our premise. For example, the servers, the storage, right? Those are very high expensive equipment. So we want something sensor to actually help us to monitor our environments, right? So of course, in the Cisco Meraki, we will happily to introduce that the Meraki sensor that actually will help you to monitor the temperature, the humidity, door open or close, and of course the water leak as well. So so let's go into the next one to show you what is our solution in the Meraki sensor, and how we can utilize back the Meraki dashboard to actually to monitor the environmental through the MT sensors. So you will see in this slide, we will have the multiple MT sensors, right? We have the door sensor, the temperature sensor, right, or even the water leak. So how did this sensor connected to the MR or MV gateways? Actually, they will through the Bluetooth low energy connectivity. So they will have beacon to actually connect the sensor with the MR or the MV gateways. So what is the MR or MV? So if guys do not know, for those who don't know, the MR is referring to the AP access point, or the MV referring to the CCTV, right? So all the sensor will be managed by the cloud dashboard, right? The Meraki dashboard through the cloud connectivity, and actually the sensor will be actually connected to the gateway, and gateway will be automatically populate all the sensor log or sensor alerts in the Meraki dashboard. So later on, my colleague Calvin will show you to demonstrate how we can use the Meraki dashboard to actually demonstrate to you how the sensor being controlled and managed by the Meraki dashboard. Right. So why would Cisco Meraki want to introduce on this monitoring sensor is because we want to help our customer to provide us some simple and not complex and simple to set up and reliable solutions, right, to maximum their network uptimes, so they can easily to monitor their environment continuously, even 24/7, right? So this is to help the customer to actually prevent some losses or some the operational costs, or it may be even the operation security, right? So we want our environment, the premise, to be safe and can be last for very long terms to operate, to help our business to grow even further, right? So in our next slide. So this is the kind of scenario how we can utilize our Cisco Meraki sensor to protect our business very critical infrastructure, right? So we'll see in this graph, this chart, right? This picture here. So we will have a solution room. So inside the solution room, we will have there's multiple server storage as well. So in here, we do have 3 sensors. We will have the temperature and humidity sensor. We also have the water leak sensor, and of course the door open or close intrusion sensor. So all these 3 we can place in the solution room, and then we will connect it to the MV here. You saw the CCTV, right? So they will connect to this CCTV through the BLE connections. So the CCTV will automatically populate all this information to the Meraki dashboard, right? So also this Meraki sensor, they have the very long hour operations. So minimum we can have the sensor to operate from 3 years and up to maximum 5 years, right? Because the Cisco Meraki sensor utilize and using the Bluetooth low energy. So this is a low energy consumption on the Bluetooth energy, right? So it happen you to lower down the energy to users to prevent the drainage of the battery, right? Also to ensure that the sensor is working in a very good in a good manner, right? Of course, in the each of the sensor also do have the maximum up to 5 days of the onboard storage, right? They can store some data, the log, for up to maximum 5 days. If let's say there is some disconnection between the Meraki sensor with the Meraki dashboard. So I would like to introduce in the Meraki sensor the MT models. So we'll see the Meraki MT10 is a temperature and humidity sensors, while the Meraki MT12 is a water leak sensor, and the lastly is a Meraki MT20 is a sensor for door open and close sensor. Right. So speaking about the battery, in the all Meraki sensor, they only using AA battery, right? So in a AA battery, you don't need to go and find a very specific battery such as the AAA or the other type of the battery. So utilizing on the AA battery will help you to last long for the 3 to 5 years. Okay. And let me give you more how the Meraki sensor will work. So in the Meraki sensor, right, it not only provide the humidity and the temperature sensor. So actually it cover the temperature from the degree Celsius up to 55 degrees Celsius, right? And the humidity from 0 up to 95% of the RH, the humidity, right? So for the MT12 sensor, which is water leak sensor, This sensor actually able to detect the presence of the water if at least 3 milliliter, 3 ml. Right. So if you look at the diagram here, the chart here, the picture here, I will see that the cable, once it sensor that is a minimum 3 ml water, that will trigger alarm to the Meraki dashboard. Okay. Then the last thing will be the door and door open and the close sensor, which is the MT20. This is the sensor using the Hall effect sensor to detect the magnetic field, right? So determine the door is closed and open. So with this Meraki sensor, we ensure that your environment, you just buy, plug and play, and then using our Meraki dashboard to control and manage the Meraki sensors. Right. Lastly, the real-time notification, right? So once the sensor trigger the alarm, it will immediately send the alert to the Meraki dashboard. So Meraki dashboard will actually send the notification to the administrator or the operator in the two form. One in the email or other in the SMS. So for example here, the email, you will receive the email something like this. So you see the sensor never closer one started alert. So critical. Why? Because the detecting the temperature is very high, right? So also you can receive the SMS. So SMS now we presented is the Apple, right? So you will see the same message but in the SMS formats. Yeah. Right. So let me pass to Calvin to do a demonstration on the Meraki dashboard. Let me unshare my screen first.
Hi, hello, ladies and gentlemen. While waiting, let me share the screen up.
Okay. Calvin, I just make you as a presenter.
Sure, thanks a lot, Zheng.
Thank you.
Okay, guys. Okay, just a very quick question for you guys, lah. As you guys heard about, Zheng just now mentioned about the notification of the SMS notification and also the email notification, right? So usually we will have this question when we come to email notification, as long as we need to hook it to the SMTP server, then you're able to trigger the email to send out, right? But let's say, what is the SMS? A lot of vendor outside, a lot of others vendor outside, they have this so-called environment monitoring system. They will always require to install with additional SMS gateway, and then you have to put in SIM card, things like that for the alert to be sent to for you, right? But for this Meraki itself, it does not require any additional SMS gateway. You can just leverage on the Meraki dashboard itself, be able to trigger the SMS from there, lah. And there is no additional cost at all. And okay, before I go show you guys a little bit about the environment monitoring section on the dashboard, right? So very simple. If you guys want to explore yourself, you can always go to this thecloud.cisco.com. Once you log in, just require to search for Meraki Launchpad, right? Once you search for Meraki Launchpad, you will see this Meraki Launchpad is coming up, and you will able to click on the view it. So once you view it, it will ask you what type of language you would like to go in. It will approximately give you 2 hours of the session for you guys to play around the demo. So usually I use English, and once you go into the English section, you will reach the Meraki dashboard. So this is how we can use it as a demo lah, to take a look on the rest of the Meraki related product. For example, Swiss Wireless, the MX router, right? As you can see, there's a new tab over here called environmental, and you just require to click on the overview button, right? Once you go into the overview button, you will able to check the all your sensor over here, lah. So from all your sensor over here, you can see we can see from here is offline warning. If there's any warning online, currently have 6 over here, right? So in order to add a new sensor, let's say if your environment adding additional sensor, just click on the add sensor button and key in the so-called your serial number. You were able to add on already, right? So or else you can even go to your organization, your inventory section to add on the new device, right? So apart from that, once you add on, if your device is not yet turned on, it will show one unit over here, which is actually under dormant, right? So once your item power on, it connect to any of the Meraki gateway, for example, one of the MV or one of the MR, so it will turn into online, right? So as we can see from here, we can see the list of sensor. Once we go for the sensor tab, we can see the list of sensor over here, and we can also set the alert profile. So once we go to the alert profile section, we can add on a new profile. Okay, due to this is the demonstration portal, so I unable to add any new profile to showcase for you guys. But very simple, is just create a new. There is a create new button over here if you are running on your own Meraki dashboard. So inside the alert profile, you just require to set what type of requirement you want, like the temperature in between the so-called certain benchmark is considered good, and once you hit certain level, you require to trigger a warning for you. So the trigger of the warning also can be set inside there, either SMS or either the so-called the email, right? So from there you can also put in your subscriber ID as well. Means that you want to trigger to how many person you can actually set inside there. Once you have your alert profile over here, okay, let's go back to the sensor section. Sensor section, you can see this is the 6 sensor currently have at the moment, and we can even put in all these alert profile associated with the particular sensor. Means that all the rules, whatever rules you set earlier in the alert profile, you associate it into that particular sensor, right? So apart from that sensor, right, we can go in each of the sensor and take a look on it, right? So right now we go for the MT10, right? Let's go for the MT10 sensor, okay? So this is the sensor that currently running at about 31 degree Celsius, right? And from here we can see the summary where the sensor located, right? What is the model, what is the MAC address, serial number, battery. Yeah, this section is actually quite good for you guys. Is if you remember just now, Zheng mentioned about the battery can stay approximate 3 to 5 years, right? So from here itself, we can see the battery level. The battery level are currently at 99%, right? Even though when your battery lower, it will also trigger a warning for you, meaning that you don't require to worry about once your sensor without battery and then unable to detect any temperature or door open and close, things like that, you won't require to worry, because once the battery low, it will trigger you the alarm for you to get understand on that. So from here we can also edit on the environment, the so-called rules, the rules that you set earlier. Let's say if I want to change the rules, I can associate the different rules from this section. So we can also see the firmware version, right? And over this section, we can also check what is the readings, like last day. This is the last day. We can even check last 2 hours, last week, last 30 days, or you can even put a custom range over there. For example, sometimes for reporting purpose, or maybe for some investigation purpose, you might need to trigger back the older date, right? You can even use the custom range section to check on it, right? So apart from that, you can even download the XMS or CSV as a report because sometimes we require to submit this report up for the auditing, or maybe submit for our higher management for better reading of the report. So we can download the report down from here, right? So apart from that, we also have the location tab from here. Location tab, we usually can put in the maps lah. Just like normal the rest of the Meraki device, we can specify the device is here located at which section of your premise. And we can even put in a photo over here. Due to no photo from here, we can't see anything, right? And we can also, from the topology section, we can also know that the sensor itself is connected to which switch, connected to which gateway, right? All the topology will be shown over here, right? So basically from here, what we can see is, let me go back to the sensor section. The one that I have covered just now is called MT10, right? Same to the rest, we have MT12, MT20 over here, right? All the display is approximate the same, right? Once we go to this water leaking section, water leaking sensor, we can also see the model, see the MAC address, right? The reading, last reading, right? We can also get to see the signal strength to connect it to the gateway, right? As you can see this section, the gateway means that like just now Zheng explained to you guys, all these sensors is to connect to the gateway, meaning that the MV camera or even the so-called MR wireless lah. So the recommended connectivity is approximate about maybe 5 to 8 device, right? Means that 5 to 8 device connect to one of the gateway, right? So as we can see from here, the device itself able to detect 3 gateway, right? So it will be randomly connect to the one that most high strength, most high connectivity to them, so that they can actually put in the sensor able to provide the better information to the dashboard, right? So okay, I think for the Meraki dashboard part, for this so-called environmental sensor is pretty simple. Just one tab from here, environmental, and then you can go to the overview section and you can see you can navigate all the sensor from here lah. So without further ado, I might want to pass the floor back to Fidi. But before that, since we are actually in online, we don't have any physical demo unit to show you guys. I have one about approximate 20 minutes video of this Meraki sensor and the dashboard video. There's a guy doing a demo in between these 3 sensors. So I will put into the chat box shortly. So maybe you guys can just bookmark it, and once the webinar finish, you can take a look on how awesome this is lah. The sensor will approximately take within maybe 9 seconds to 15 seconds, you can receive the notification already. Meaning that if there is a water drop, water leaking, once your sensor detect it, it will immediately show. It almost immediately will show inside the dashboard, but the notification itself, the email notification and also the SMS notification, it will reach approximately less than 15 minutes lah, according to the testing made over the video. I will post over there shortly. So without further ado, I will pass the floor back to Fidi.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, Fidi.
Awesome. Thanks, Calvin. We actually think now it's Michelle's turn to speak about some of the promos. So Michelle, over to you.
For the promo, right, everyone, I will blast you an email after the sections, because we have a Digital Asia promo for Q4, for the Cisco Q4. And that's all for my side. Fidi, you have still got a slide to present. Fidi, you're mute. Fidi, you're mute.
Can you hear me?
Yes, now.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. Guys, any question from anyone on the floor that you'd like to ask us about? Otherwise, so to Michelle's point earlier, we do have Digital Asia promotion that is currently running. Feel free to leverage on. Give me 1 second. I think I can actually share my screen. Can you guys see my screen now? Okay, actually, hang on. My bad. All right, cool. Now you can see. So again, our beloved partners, ignore the date. I wanted to quickly highlight, we still have Digital Asia running all the way till the end of Cisco fiscal year, which is July. Feel free to leverage it. You can get special discount while utilizing this promotion code. Please, reach out to Michelle. She'll be able to assist you further as well. Also, next up, we have Meraki Direct promotion that's still currently ongoing for those customers who's looking for finance option. We have it available for Malaysia. Please feel free to direct them to to us. We'll be able to assist as well. Apart from that, again, if you do have question, please just reach out to us, drop it in the chat box, or feel free to unmute. We'll be able to answer it. And also, give me 1 second. Michelle, Calvin, do we have questions in the chat box?
So far, I'd say don't have.
Okay, cool. All right. In this case, we can just wrap up then, right? So people, if you have, any further queries around Meraki, please reach out to our lovely Ingram team. Apart from that, on behalf of Cisco Meraki team, I just want to say thank you so much for your time today. Really appreciate it. And here's to wishing you a great day ahead and a wonderful week. Thank you. Michelle, over to you.
Yeah, before end the sections, please to fill up the feedback form in order to redeem a small token from us. And everyone, thanks and stay safe. Thanks, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you so much. Bye.